Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hideaway Homestead. This is our episode 4 for the guitar build and our final episode. I have Chris Godbee with me here again from CGMA Guitars. Real quick, before we get going, if you don't mind, click the subscribe link and like our channel if you don't mind, so you can help support us and the family here. Chris, did you want to go ahead and tell them kind of what we're planning for today's episode for the wrap-up?
Yeah, we've got a lot of things where we're going to be working on today. It's a lot of little things, but it's going to be the final bit to get everything wrapped up. What we need to do today is cut out the control cavity cover for the back of the guitar. We need to glue and set the neck, finish up getting everything wired up, put all the hardware in, change out the nut, and hopefully get everything sanded down and all the frets filed, get it strung up, and demo it out for everybody.
Nice. And I think what we're going to do too is when we're doing, especially while we're doing that wire up, we're going to really just let the film go and let you show everything step by step in detail. I think that would be useful, hopefully, to you all. In case you're doing this at home yourself, you'll know exactly how to do all of those steps, because it's largely the more complicated part of the build.
Absolutely.
So let's get
So what we've done is we've cut our own control cavity cover out of a piece of plastic, normally used for pick guards and control cavity covers, ordered off of Amazon. We use the original as a template. As you can see, it is a fairly solid cut. We used the table saw to do the initial cut and then sanded it down by hand to sneak up on the cut, made sure that it fit properly without getting stuck into the control cavity. The reason we cut our own, the plates that you can order online are not necessarily a solid fit. As you can see here, I can't even line up the screw holes. So making our own and having it in black seems to fit the guitar a whole lot better. Okay, so what we've done, we've created a jig for the potentiometers using the existing control cavity as our source. And what I've done here is labeled everything as neck, bridge, volume, and tone. That way we reduce the amount of wiring that we're doing, and we're also able to just take everything off here and drop it directly into the guitar. what I'm using today is a tone shaper set of potentiometers designed for Les Paul, using orange drop capacitors, and also having a treble bleed capacitor set up on each volume pot. And what that does is, when you roll your volume down, in normal situations you would lose a lot of your top end. This tries to prevent that. So this kit includes 4 CTS potentiometers, all 500K, which would be the proper ones to be using for a Les Paul guitar, a Switchcraft pickup switch, a Switchcraft mono output jack. The pickups I've chosen are Guitar Fetish quick plug pickups. I've chosen a humbucker lipstick pickup for the neck, and what they call their big mouth hot pickup for the bridge. So Guitar Fetish uses their quick plug system, which uses a small connector to a, in this case, 4-lead wire, which will allow us to swap out the pickups as needed. If I decide that this one isn't the sound I want, I can order another pickup off their website and it will swap right in using the quick plug system. So what we're going to do first and foremost is get the volume and tone connected together, and then we'll worry about getting the wiring for the pickups set up. And then once we're closer to getting it dropped into the guitar, then we'll connect the wiring that's going to go through the body all the way up to the pickup switch. What I'm going to do is just secure these pots down to the jig. That way I can also position these exactly how I want them, and have them at least stay pretty close to how they should be laid out. Alright, and this one has a little bit of extra flash that I need to get rid of. Let's use the stupidly sharp knife and pray to God I don't cut my fingers open, which I have a habit of doing. Good there. So we should be able to secure this back down. Not necessarily all the way, but we'll get it pretty close. And I'm scoring up the back just so the solder has a better chance of actually bonding to the metal. I'm using 220 grit, just to put a little bit of a rough surface on there. It doesn't have to be real heavy. Okay. What we're doing at this point, we're gonna get the pots dropped in. We're gonna have to do just a little bit more soldering, not a whole lot. But we're gonna get the pots dropped in and get their height adjusted properly. Get the wires run up to the pickups, and then get everything set to be wired up to the pickup selector switch. So as we had listed them before, they will drop straight in just like so. However, before we do that, we need to add a nut to each of them so we can adjust the height once they come through. And we'll also do some lock washers on each of them. Don't know how far we're going to need to let them sit. We can eyeball it. In fact, I'll take the lock washers off for the moment and drop these in and see where we stand. Okay. So I'm going to just loosely attach that to the top. Okay, we'll get them all turned the same way. I find my 10 where I want it to be, which is always towards me. Solid. There we go. And there it is. Okay, so let's cut back the shielding. The fact that it's shielded wire is fantastic, because as it's passing through the entire body, it won't interfere with any of the pickup signal. So we are going to be combining the black and the bare. And that will be our ground. And these are too small for these cutters. So we'll do that. How are we feeling? We're feeling fine. Okay. Now these will connect up right here to the ground, and then we'll have our pickup leads and our hot out connect to there. So starting here, and there's our ground. And just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now our red and our green. Okay. Solid. Beautiful. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we almost have a guitar. Okay. So our next step is going to be soldering inside the cavity. This is not going to be pleasant and will not be for the faint of heart. So we have the bridge ground to connect. We have to separate everything from the pickup switch again. On this side, connect our green to the neck controls, our red to the bridge controls, our common ground somewhere in here, and then a ground and the white signal from here to the output jack. And at that point, we could technically string this up. There's a couple more things left to do, but we're getting so very close. So I'm going to start with getting the bridge ground connected. And all it really needs to happen is it needs to come in contact with something that's grounded. So I'm going to get it connected up to the existing connection coming off of the pickup. If it will stay put long enough for me to do so. Okay, so now let's cut this back. We're gonna cut we'll cut about this much off initially, and now we'll strip back. And we're gonna need to strip a good ways, because while our red and green and black will terminate back here, the white's gonna have to terminate up into here. So I wanna leave quite a bit for that without having to have everything 3 miles long. Our white, we'll tuck out to here. Our red we can cut back. Oh, sorry. Green goes up here. Green we can cut back probably to here. And now the fun part, trying to loop a piece of wire through a lug while it is mounted into the body. Drop solder. Right into the hole. We're gonna cut yay off. Fantastic. cut these back quite a bit because we can attach them right to the closest pot. I need to run one more piece of ground, and that's going to go out here. I can cut about that much off. Last bit of soldering, just getting the output jack wired up, nice and easy. Come on, detach, thank you. Okay, this goes up there, this goes on top of all of that, and this sits right like so. Alright, put you up on your side, nut. That. Take these off now.
Ooh.
These I was going to have to basically tap new holes. Just going to let it go in nice and easy. Grab a hole and go. So we have everything wired up. I'm installing some nice black machine screws for the Cavity covers. Okay, so we're down to the final couple steps.
So what's next for us?
We're going to do a fret polish and a neck polish, and then we're going to string it up and see how she sounds. First and foremost, we're going to take fret erasers. And I think it might be good just running 400 grit across them just to take out some scuffs. And we're going to oil up the fretboard. Considering how dry this is, I'm kind of generous, but we're about to see this thing come to life. That is pretty beautiful.
That rosewood darkening up with the black and green tones on the guitar looks really good.
Yeah. So I have to get in there a little bit better with a second coating of this to get up into the right at the fret line. I don't want this to set too long either. So I'll get the first coat in, and then I'll worry about getting that second coat in to fill in the spots. I have to inch this thing down little by little to get it, make sure it's sitting right. And I'll raise the action up now because it's not going to clear that pickup at all. Okay, here we go. We are stringing up a 12 string Les Paul. All right, so we start with 26 on the low E. Scoop this stuff down. So I can get to the tuning pegs a little easier. And we're seated in the saddle. I'm gonna give it about yay length.